what kind of supports worked for you?
I kind of wanted to specify that there's different ones, but I got something from all of them.
Okay.
Because I think that's important for people to think, I'm just going to try that, and if that doesn't work, then that's me. And I want to make it clear that you've got a number of different ways of supporting people, and that I personally got something from everything I've done.
Well, I think Christoph said it before that they try and tailor the support to the family, which is something really different to the other support we were offered. Because in a lot of the other support, we were basically said we're going to have this number of sessions and we're going to do this and this, and each time we tried that, basically because our daughter wasn't prepared to, wasn't at a point where she was willing to accept help, it was like, well, we can't do anything now. And then they literally said, right, that's us done. And we were like, oh, what do we do now? And then
we still have to live with it.
Yeah, and then a month later we got more support, but we went through exactly the same scenario again. And at the end of it, they went, well, your daughter's not willing to accept help, so we can't do anything. And it was like, oh, and it's like, deja vu. It was like, oh,
yeah.
and
it makes you cynical as well about
yeah.
whether there is any help out there for you really as well, because every time somebody says, well, we can help you and we won't give up, and then even if it's 6 months down the line, no, we can't do any more, sorry.
Yeah,
and we can't afford, we have to move on to somebody else now. And that's, you feel kind of lost after that.
And that sort of happened a few times, and it sort of it dragged you down as well, because you're desperately trying to get help for the person that needs the help, and you know that we knew that our daughter wasn't ready to accept the help, but we just still couldn't give up, and we still needed to do something.
And it doesn't mean that you didn't need help.
Exactly.
Just because she wasn't ready.
Yeah, and ironically, us getting help actually helped her, because sort of me being calmer about the situation, I think reflected and and she calmed down more as well.
Yeah. And so at Yellow Brick Road, we try and make the referral process be as simple as possible. So it's a free service. People don't have to pay for things. And we accept referrals from different agencies, different mental health services, but we also accept walk-ins and phone calls and people who ring up for themselves, because we know that for families to actually make that call can often be a really big step.
Absolutely.
And so once a family has reached out, we want to make it as simple as we can for them.
Yeah.
So you don't have to bring NHI numbers or anything, any clinical details. And the same is that we will be able to support people whose loved ones are not ready to accept treatment. People don't even necessarily have to have had the formal diagnosis yet. If you're supporting a loved one who's suffering with mental health challenges, then we can support you.
And I actually referred friends as well, with her permission, obviously, and her consent, because she was just feeling too overwhelmed at the time. She had so many other things, and she couldn't do it herself, so I made the referral for her.
I think that having the multiple referral pathways, whether that is through someone else, being able to refer a friend or a family member either through the phone or the website, and having that trust that actually everything is also confidential. So the service is completely confidential, I think probably would have helped ease you guys in wanting to share everything that was going on as well, because
that's it. That's really reassuring, because there's sometimes there's things you're feeling and you feel that I shouldn't feel like this, and you don't want to. But you still need to say it. You need to let that out, and if you can't let it out, then it just stays there and gets bigger. And having somebody that you know is non-judgmental, that can take that and even explain to you why you're feeling that way, and that's okay, and we can move on from that, then that's really, really big and helpful, because there's so much hiding of things, and our society, but it's still under there, and you need to deal with it really.
Mm.
Um,
So if